Y'all have no idea how long I have been waiting for this video, for this moment. Maybe some of you have some idea. If you were around, especially way back in the day when I was first starting this reaction thing that has grown into what it is now, I did a marathon of reactions to all of the Luna pre-debut content in a row, and it was quite a feat. And for those of you who watched those videos or were around during that time, you may remember that certain music videos and songs hit me, walloped me in a certain way that was a little bit stronger than others, whether it was a sweet, crazy love or love cherry motion. But of all those pre-debut contents, the one that really, really hit me very deeply and was my favorite was New by Yves. For two reasons. One, I loved the song. The song itself, aesthetically, sonically, was very much my vibe, especially the type of music I was listening to at the time. And second, I know a lot of people focus on Yves dancing. And of course, she's a phenomenal dancer. I'm not saying otherwise. But for me, I loved her vocals. And even within Luna, she was one of my favorite vocalists. I love her voice. It's very mature. There's something very calming and soothing. And just, it's the color of her voice that I always thought was very special. And I have been waiting for another solo release since that moment, since New. As Luna was promoting and they were getting bigger and getting hotter, I was like, ooh, I can't wait till the day till all the members go solo. Now, obviously, we're in a very bittersweet situation within the past few years with everything going on and the members scattering, so to speak. But at the same time, it's been very rewarding seeing Lucemble and Artemis. But during that time, quite literally, I believe a month ago, just in my head, I was like, when is Yves gonna debut solo? Was just thought I had. And then here we are. I'm so excited to be checking out Loop featuring Lil Cherry by Yves. Now, I have to say, I'm not familiar with Lil Cherry. They are a rapper. I have not heard their work before, so this will be a first. But I'm excited. All right, let's get into it, guys. Oh my God, out the gate. Not even letting us breathe.
Meant to be, we might be alright now. 벗어날 수 없이 so fine, fine. I swear I will never let you down, down. 꿈속으로 나를 가둬줘, oh yeah. I know you like you know, babe.
Oh, groovy. Can't stop the 채같이 너 이미 다쳐버린 너 Looking in the mirror 거울 속에 비친 stuck in the middle 내가 들어온 내 paradise. Oh, that robotic auto-tuning is really cool. Okay, I was metering my expectations because I was like, you know, it's not going to sound exactly like what I want, right? Oh my God, it sounds exactly like what I wanted. Holy crap.
Who the hell am I making it rain for? I don't care, you making me sing that. Yeah, I got all the just look good at home with you. Now when see you with Gen Z, I got that stank up on me. I know that's right. Let it ride, isn't gonna make me high, yeah. You get it right, get it right. Every night, 매 순간 널 데려가, yeah. You get it right. Looking at the starlight, oh yeah.
Wow, that tunnel scene was really well directed. We'll talk about it a little more in the second watch. Let me just enjoy this.
Can't stop the
Oh!
Love
that That way her voice goes, ah? Oh my God, that's so addicting.
Yeah, I'm lost, but I like it.
Oh shit, I'm closing my eyes. Sorry, this song is too good. Oh my God. Oh no, like give me like one more of that chorus. Just like one more. Oh, loop. Perfect title, because I will be putting this on loop. I will be listening to this over and over and over again. I can't believe that actually met and then exceeded my expectations. Listen, I'm completely under no false pretenses that Yves' solo within Luna was like her project or her sound. You know, it's dependent on the producers and such. But I really, as I mentioned, I really loved that that dance sound. But it has, rather than being something like bright dance pop, something more in the K-pop realm, I loved that there was something very dark about New. And Loop has that same sort of darkness, not sort of in like an emo sort of way, but more in like that underground dance, underground hip hop, but not exactly hip hop, a little European in a way. I don't know how quite to describe it, because I've listened to European pop and European dance music, and even the music video aesthetically, the underground and the tunnels. I've been to Europe like very briefly, and I never went towards any of the subways or the tunnels. So this is all purely based on like speculation on what I've seen in like movies and such. It has also a very European aesthetic. I think especially the way they shot the video with the very grungy kind of sickly color grading and the very heavy noise that they add, the film grain that they add, also gives it that kind of grungy kind of European London sort of aesthetic. But these are all just like outside speculations. I could be totally wrong in that aspect. But the fact that that is exactly what her sound was, and kind of then went beyond what I was expecting, is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. I'm really blown away by the song. I actually quasi like the feature. I like the feature. What's interesting is that she's not in the music video, Lil Cherry, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. In fact, I actually think it's a good thing, because it is Yves' debut, and I don't necessarily want screen time and camera time being taken away from that. So I think the fact that it was focused on Yves was a good thing, in my opinion. I think the way Lil Cherry was used was very interesting. I wasn't a fan of like her actual verse feature part, like the whole section. That verse, I just thought like made no sense. But I understand why they used her voice. In fact, that's why I largely lean on liking the feature, because I like how her voice and her rap guides us into the chorus and ends the pre-chorus. I think it makes it super interesting. This part right here. I think just because, you know, I talked about this. Sorry, I'm at a loss for words. I'm having my speech impediment is showing. I mentioned that Yves' vocals are very soothed, and she has a very alluring, a very mature sound to her voice. I think Lil Cherry, not just as a rapper, but even her tone vocally is almost the opposite of that. She very much disrupts the song, but I think in a good way. I think she adds a very colorful sort of kitschy nature to the song that makes it a little exciting. And then when it returns into the chorus, it sounds even more impactful. Like Yves' parts sound more impactful because of the inclusion of Lil Cherry's parts. I think this pre-chorus, I think that was phenomenal. Rather than it just being like a feature thrown in during the bridge or just a feature for just a verse coming in or even doing the chorus, the fact that she was used, so I think she's pretty instrumental to actually the backbone of the song, like building up that hype towards the chorus. So I thought that was really, really cool. Let's go ahead and watch this music video again. Because I'm gonna be honest, this song is so good. There were points where I was like mentally tuning out of the video. And that's not actually a criticism of the video. I think the video actually is very visually pleasing and very fascinating. But at the same time, the song is just so good, I wanted to close my eyes and just jam. So let's watch this properly, shall we? They just start. It makes sense with her opening lyrics of saying that she can't stop, but just, oh my God, just going right into it was... This beat is just, oh, it's a thumping groove. I love how everyone kind of comes in layered in such a beautiful way, the way that her voice kind of like falls in. Na, 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 na. What's the sand? It's like she's running away from like her true self, but when she looks in the mirror, her real self comes out. A lot of circular imagery in this. You know, the song's called Loop. The ooh ooh has like this very repetitive circular motion to it. The choreo has a circular and this rounded tunnel, not even a straight tunnel. So I think this tunnel scene is really beautifully and well shot. Think about it. They're just shooting in a tunnel. And mind you, yes, Yves is a great dancer, but it's also how they shoot it that keeps it interesting. For the feature, they visually change it up by turning off the entire underground tunnel lights. You'll notice that there are lights here in the next scene. They're on, but here everything's off and there's just a spotlight on her. And then now here it's more quote unquote naturally lit. There's an actual key light on her, but the lights are on in the background. But whereas they were just focusing on the dance, shooting her straight on, here the camera starts to stray, even starting on this mirrored shot of her. That's a big. There's a lot of mirrored imagery in the music video. I think it has a lot to do with her real self coming out. But the fact that they shoot this dance in such an interesting way, where they're shooting her head on here, and then they shoot her from an angle, and then from the back, and then back from the front again, and then back at an angle. Oh, and a beautiful transition with like these sparkling things that are chasing her as they glow bright, and then cuts to her on the ground, but then it cuts on almost like a bright white light transition. It's just a cut, but still you'll notice that see how the light is dimming on her right there? It's a beautiful transition. It's really, really subtle. Same with this song. The song itself is really subtle, but so just piercing. Oh. Oh, the way they all come into place right there is incredible. I love the dancers' attire too. They all just look like they're pedestrians, like they're just passerbys. They're all in like street clothes. And because they're dancing in the subway, it feels almost like they're being, like they're just regular pedestrians, and then the music comes in and then they're being overtaken by the music. It's very, very visually cool. And it looks like her personal dancers are Korean, like in the tunnel right here. But then in the larger subway scene, it looked like a bunch of international dancers, a mix. Oh, the fact that the ooh keeps going, but the beat changes into like this magical celestial outro. You know, I'm usually one for saying like, give me a longer song. I want a longer song. And on a wishful thinking level, yeah, I want like another chorus of that. But at the same time, I do think it was very intentional and very purposeful. And I think it works for this song that it is shorter. It's very manipulative that it makes you want to hear the chorus one more time. And so you'll just, and because the song is so short, it's so easy to listen to as well. It's like, all right, well, let me just put this on replay. Let me just listen to it again. And then you finish it and like, let me just listen to it again. Let me just listen to it again. Maybe that's not how all of your brains work. That's how my brain works. I have a very ADHD driven brain. I get very focused on, I could listen to one song for about 30 minutes while I'm doing something. But I think it works for this song. I think because it's so very easy on the ears. And again, really like Lil Cherry's vocals interruption portions that come in. Again, not a fan of her actual verse. I think the entire verse is just not really my thing. Lyrics just, I think, don't suit the song as much, and it feels just a little random lyrically. I think the tone, her vocal tone matches the song. I think she really sets up the chorus really well in that pre-chorus. So I do like her feature. And so the song is very easy to listen to on repeat, but at the same time, it's just interesting that you would never get bored. You can have it on a constant loop. So great music video, just so fun, so grungy looking, whereas the song is so beautiful and like very smooth and celestial and sparkling. But I also think that's kind of the point. The video being this kind of grungy, darker, like an uglier shade of color grading is kind of the point of like her awakening, you know, coming through in the mirror or in the reflection, and the spotlighting and the sort of sparkle following her. It's a little symbolic in that way. So I think the music video, that was a very creative aesthetic choice, and I really dig it. And the song is amazing. The song is absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to pass the question off to you guys. I am definitely going to be checking out this album, and I'm going to have my own thoughts on the album separately, but I would love to know what you guys thought about the music video and what you guys thought about the song. What do you guys think about the song choice? What do you think about the music video choice? What do you guys think about the feature choice? Having a feature on a debut is a pretty interesting choice. I don't know quite if it was good or bad. Again, I'm leaning on the side of at least it's good in that I like what it does for the song. I do think the verse is a big interrupter. I'm going to check out some live stages to see how that works and if it suits it even more. But I'd love to know your thoughts. And let me know, what do you guys think about Yves' debut overall? Did it live up to your expectations? What do you guys think about the genre that she's going for, the aesthetic and style? I am currently a fan. I can't wait to see more and really finish my thoughts on that. But thanks for checking out my reaction to Loop by Yves. I'll see you in another video. Have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.